Maakheru Amen. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness.
Hotep, Hotep, Maat and Maakheru Amen here, and welcome to the Womb Evolution Podcast. This podcast features information from the Womb Evolution Technique, aka W.E.T, which is a proprietary womb healing program designed to help you alleviate stress, help feminine disorders, improve your relationships, and heal from post-traumatic slave syndrome. We show you how to restore the knowledge and functionality of the full feminine system, shifting your focus from womb or storage consciousness to uterine or universal awareness, which allows you to become unwounded and access your highest potential. All right. So, in this episode, as you know, we are doing a new series here called Womb Trauma Femininity, or WTF, right? And we say WTF because that is how it feels sometimes to know that you have access to all of this greatness, to this frequency, this essence. Yet it just seems like somehow you stop short. You can't quite reach it and hold that frequency, right? Am I hitting the spot there? So one of the reasons why this is because we have some womb trauma attached to our femininity. So I have this thing where I talk about trauma bonding, right? And so with trauma bonding, when I started to learn more and more about that, definitely you want to check out Reverend, well, he's a doctor now. Let me say it right. Dr. Reverend Philippe Shock Matthews. You can type that in, Google it anywhere. Go to his YouTube channel, and you will find information about the 4 frequencies and the 4 traumas, okay, and the 4 histories. All right. So he has really done this research on these traumas. And so when I was learning about these things, one of the things I realized, I said, you know, what happens a lot of times with us while we're on this path to reach our highest frequency, to tap into our divinity, to be in the full awareness and integration of our divinity, we trauma bond. We take our traumas and we trauma bond them with our divinity. We trauma bond them with the universe. We trauma bond with just about anything. And so a lot of times that is the very thing that makes us fall short. We trauma bond the universe. The universe is supposed to be on our side, but don't it seem like sometimes it's not? Come on. Listen, I keep it real and I'm honest. I'm not basing this off of something somebody else told me what they think. I'm basing this off of the thoughts that I've had myself. I thought this universe was supposed to be on my side, right? It don't seem like it's on my side. It seems like it's against me. It's not working for me. Oh, yeah, it is. Because the universe is infallible, right? And so what you are receiving really is an echo. Is showing you where you really are. Now, it is very frustrating when you know in your conscious mind you are not thinking about some of the things that show up in your day-to-day life. That you know that's not how you think. You don't think like that. But guess what? This society does. Your parents may have some sort of individual that you're bonded with. They do. the majority of the world. These are all frequencies. These are all thought forms that are floating in the air, attaching themselves, bonding with some of the things that you used to think, some of the things your parents used to think, some of the things that your ancestors from 7 generations ago used to think. So these are some of the things that are showing up, right? And so there's a way to unravel those things. This is one of the things that we learn in the womb evolution technique. All right. This is why we keep talking about this. The thing that I would say here with this session is, listen, sometimes we spend all of this time. I started to talk about it when I talked about us to stop trying to be so divine and just be natural, right? So really, when we start to unravel and unlock and release the trauma bonds with our divinity, the trauma bonds with the universe, the trauma bonds with our emotions. Emotions are not bad. They have a specific purpose. They really are a hidden power, something. It's an amplifier. Emotions are supposed to amplify things, put them into motion, give them a charge. It's just that we only use them one way. There's always, if you can use them that way, you can use them another way. This is, again, some of the basic principles that we talk about in the womb evolution technique. Listen, in the womb evolution technique, we do not teach you how to be divine. Nobody can teach you that. But we do teach you how to unwind the bonds that keep you from your natural frequency. We give you some tools that you can use. We give you other thoughts that you can have, that you will that you become naturally inclined to your natural frequency, not somebody else's, not what is in the mainstream, not the thought forms that we're just picking up just by breathing. We even break down that process. How does that work? Okay, you gotta hang with us. You gotta hang with, we can tell you. We got some, we got some science behind this too, right? And so, let yourself off the hook. You trying too hard. You're already divine. You were born that way. You came in with your divinity. It is your legacy and it is your birthright. You don't have to ask anybody for it. You don't have to take no classes to become it. The reason why, and if you think about all of the classes that you have taken, they don't teach you how to be spiritual. You already are, which is why you were attracted to the class in the first place, right? You already are. What you want to find out is who you want to separate, who you are unwounded. And of course, that is a play on words, as being unwounded. Okay, I don't know if y'all got that. That's why we say that in the beginning, right? I don't know, right? So we want you unwounded. And so in order to do that, you got to stop bonding traumas. One over here, one over there, one over there. In all of your areas, and become who you naturally are. And whoever you are naturally, you are the divine feminine. It don't matter if you're goofy. It don't matter if you laugh all the time. It don't matter if you're an athlete. It doesn't matter if you're a homemaker and you love cooking and nurturing and cleaning and helping people, enjoy, you support that and you just love it. That is your natural divinity. It doesn't matter if you are an artist and you just love, you just spend all your time painting what you see from the universe, from the ethers. Doesn't matter. It don't matter if you stay in the ethers. You're always in the skies, in the spirit realm, and talking to entities and people and having visions and all of that stuff. All of that is divine femininity. Who gets to tell you what that looks like? I said this before. If you go back and you look at the first goddess, the sculptures that they have, what does she look like? There were many different forms of that first goddess, and you find it all over the globe. Okay. And almost none of them look like the ones of us, including me. So it don't look like I'm talking about nobody, right? These some of the images that we're putting up now. The one that comes to mind is they say that's one of the oldest representations of the goddess, is a black woman. She's huge. Big belly, floppy breasts, okay? Uh Big hips, big butt, jiggly thighs, right? Very round. Her waist is not snatched. She don't work out. She not jogging every day. Now, I'm not saying that's where we need to go. I'm not going to analyze why that was, but that was the first representation. And for whatever reason, that was considered divine. That's the sculpture. That's what they worship, right? Because at a certain point, it wasn't about that physical frame. Who was she? When did that, why is that the form that was worshipped at the time that they say is the oldest? All right. And so stop, thinking that you have to learn how to be somebody new. You just need to learn how to be you. One of the things we do walk you through in the womb evolution technique and some of the supporting um, courses that go with the womb evolution technique is we show you how to unravel these things, right? So you can figure out which one is you and which one is, the artificial part. The artificial is just once you peel it back, it's not coming back. It doesn't grow back. What is naturally you, whether you are a gamer, if you are a starch professional, who said you can't be the divine feminine and that too? You're a businesswoman. That's how you get down. Who said you can't be divine feminine and that? Because you the big boss and sometimes you got to take heads off and people don't like it. As long as it's not trauma bonded, you are divine. But you have to figure out first, is it trauma bonded? Are you acting like that? Is your behavior based on your traumas or the traumas of your family, of your lineage? And when you can unravel that and then you go back to being the big boss and you're still that way, but now you have a different way of how you operate, okay, it's still the divine feminine. It doesn't just look one way. If you are a warrior, you do parkour, you roll, you jump up out of your bed and you roll and you land on one knee and with your head up like they do in the Matrix, and you got guns and knives and stuff, swords and all kinds of things. And there's no way you can be the divine feminine in that, right? With some of these things that we're being taught. Who says who? The thing that makes something divine is being in its natural state of purity. We all came in that way. We walk you through the process in the womb evolution technique to show you how you came in divine. All right. And so you came in that way. Now all that has been built up has made you an artificial version of that. And when you start peeling back those layers, you become your true self, your natural self, your divine self. And it is who you are. You cannot be taught to do certain things, but you can be told that you have certain behaviors. There's certain things that you might want to question, especially if you are not getting the results, especially if you are unhappy. If you have a lot of stress, no success in relationships, you can't keep friends, family, lovers, nobody around you. You're just miserable. You mean everybody. You don't feel like you have a purpose. You got everything you want, but you don't feel like you have purpose. You got everything you want, and you don't feel like there is there is something else that's missing out of your life, but you can't find it. You have been living on purpose, but you still feel unfulfilled. You feel stuck in your divinity. You feel stuck in your spirituality. This is what we do in the womb evolution technique. All right. So what we want to do is invite you all. We are having a special for a few days. We'll put the time period down there. I would just get on it immediately if I was you. We are doing 50% off of everything. What the foundational womb evolution technique, which is a self-study system what you can do online. That foundational system, because we have many levels to it, but the basic one, the foundational one, we're offering it at 50% off, along with some of the mini courses that support it. We have a mini course that digs into the subconscious mind. It's called the W.E.T course. It's a lot of fun. You definitely want to check that out. It's 50% off. We have another one called the chakra course. I know everybody knows about chakras. They're a Reiki master teacher and all of that stuff. I guarantee you have not seen chakras like this. We deal with chakras and melanin. You didn't learn that in your Reiki class. We deal with chakras and where they are in your brain. You didn't learn that in your Reiki class. Okay, so that's two things right there. So it don't matter. It's 50% off as well, including the payment plans. If you get on a payment plan, you're going to get 50% off of that first payment. All right, so it's still going. You're still going to get a discount. Your regular payments would be the same price, but you're going to get 50% off of the initial payment. So we want everybody to come in because we really, really are looking to take us up to the next level. And so we're going to offer all of our foundational classes at 50% discount. Now, there's a coupon code that you must have. It's not posted on the website, but if you're listening to this broadcast, it's in the link in the description. Okay, but I'll tell you, it's W.E.T 50. All right, and all caps W.E.T. So W.E.T 50. That gets you a discount off of everything. Okay, so we got an ebook, we got the W.E.T foundational courses, we have the W.E.T course, the chakra course, all of that stuff. And remember, all of these things are not teaching you anything. They are helping you to realize for yourself these things and how to unravel these traumas so that you become your natural self. That's all they're set up to do. All right. And so with that, it definitely has been my honor and my pleasure. And I will see you on the next one. Hotep.
Maakheru Amen. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. Maakheru Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Maakheru Amen. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness.